Cayman Voices was a dream that I had for several years now. It's about taking the power of storytelling to embrace our own collective history as a people. Through our individual stories, we're able to see the common thread that binds us together as one. One person's personal journey has become our collective culture, heritage, and history. This series will show people from all walks of life sitting down with me as the host and going through their life journey. Sometimes there are unknown elements of their lives, but ultimately we're going to walk away having learned something new with every person that we sit down with. I guess I would explain it as an exploration of our story. I'm naturally curious about people and their lives, so Cayman Voices is exciting and allows me to capture this for everyone to enjoy. We are seeking out Caymanians, multi-generational, as well as some who have moved here to, uproot their entire lives and to make this their home. This dream would not be possible without some sponsorship, and so I'd like to thank the DART organization for stepping up to the plate to ensure that we're able to deliver regular monthly content for our viewers to enjoy. So sit back, kick up your feet, turn up the radio, relax, and listen to Cayman Voices. So today we're sitting here with the illustrious, I feel like is a word I should be using, John Douglas from Northside. But I guess you haven't lived in Northside, John, in many, many moons.
That's right.
But we're going to take a trip down memory lane here with John. John is my good friend. I was reminiscing on my way here, just thinking about our history and how long we've known each other. Mm-hmm. And it goes back, it's got to be at least 20 years now.
More.
Yeah, because we were kind of involved in a lot of politics with the progressives back in the day, but we'll leave that alone till later in the conversation. Okay. We might have to work our way up to that. Okay. So John, we're doing this series called Cayman Voices, and really the it's a passion project, but really it's all about talking to a lot of the elders in our community, especially who would have had a different sort of life than what we lead now. Uh-huh. And just tapping into their memories of life growing up in Cayman, the first time they traveled abroad, and just all the things that you would have experienced as a young man. So let's go back. You just celebrated a birthday, so happy birthday. Thank you. Everyone here at Cayman Mall Road. 87 years young. Unbelievable. I'm sure it's been an amazing 87 years filled with a lot of memories. So if we go back to you growing up in Northside, first of all, who were your parents?
Never had any.
Never.
My parents, my mother was from Cayman Bragg. And she was,
I didn't know that.
My mother was Big Douglas' sister.
Okay.
And she used to work for the Marians.
Okay.
And that's how she was in Cayman. And then she had my sister Rita Frederick with Julia's mother.
Yes.
She had her.
Okay.
While she was there for Clayton Marion.
Right.
And then after that, she had me. Mm-hmm. But I don't know who I found her.
Okay. So how many siblings did you have?
Well, Rita and myself were two here, but she was married in Jamaica.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And she had 2 children, I think. 2 or 3 children in Jamaica.
So she actually lived in Jamaica at some point?
Oh, yeah, she lived in Jamaica for years.
Oh, okay. What was she doing there?
But she was married.
She was married to a Jamaican, so
Yeah.
she moved there. Okay.
Yeah, and when Vita was, when she had Roger in school in Jamaica, Vita used to go see her, and I think Roger used to stay with her up there in Jamaica.
Okay. So you have older siblings. I mean, they might. Are they still alive now, or you don't know?
Well, don't mean, yeah, well,
The ones in Jamaica.
I don't know.
Okay.
They tried to come here, but I don't know. I never.
You didn't really know them.
I never had nothing to do with them.
Yeah.
I think Vita did, but anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
And then
So she was your mom was a single mom then.
yeah,
Yeah. And back in those days, I'm sure that was tough.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like I say, she was working for the Marians. You know,
Yeah. What did she do? What kind of work did she do?
she was their maid.
Okay, so domestic. Yeah. Right. So, so you grew up. Where exactly north side then would you have?
Down the hut.
Down the hut area. Okay. Yeah, very nice. And what was a typical? I mean, what was your childhood like? What are your memories?
Childhood was best in the world.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh God. Let's see. We moved up. The woman that I called mother was my aunt,
Okay.
actually, and she took me. I think she took me. I was born in Cayman Voices.
You were actually born in the Bronx?
Yeah.
Okay.
And she took me, I think, when I was 1 year old, and we came down on the Paragona, a sloop by the name of Paragona. We came down on her, but she...
So that's a boat?
Yeah.
Okay.
A sloop, you know, like a yacht. But it was, you know,
Small,
built
yeah.
in Cayman Voices. And she got married to Charles Smith in Northside, who was Arwen Smith. Father.
Okay.
She got married to him, and we came down and we lived in Northside, and he had a lot of children before he married her.
Okay.
But most of them died with TB.
Wow.
But she tended to all of them.
Wow.
And then he died. Charles Smith, that's Arwen Smith's father, who was Miss Charles Smith was Miss Ida Chisholm, who was Will Chisholm, Will Chisholm wife, you know, from Gilbert and Irina and then their mother. And then he died. And then, he had a house up there, Charles Smith, and we lived in that for a while.
Right.
And then we moved out and lived next door into a smaller house that Chris Lynn's husband, Sir Rank, had built. And we lived in that for a while. And I went to school, lived around Northside. I grew up in Northside. You know.
Yeah.
And,
So Northside Primary, what was it called back then? I'm sure it wasn't called Northside Primary, but what school did you attend?
Northside
It was
Primary.
still called Northside Primary?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was in the town hall.
Oh,
It was in the town hall.
okay.
And then I went to school there. And then you go to school there till you're 14. And then, I took after school classes from a Jamaican teacher, named Teacher Frey, who did Northside. I took after classes, then I passed my Jamaica, third local exam, and then I quit.
Okay.
And well, we had actually we had a fall, and that me and him, me and the teacher.
Oh. Okay.
And we were rude children.
Yeah.
Me and
So rude children are nothing new then.
No. Really. But we did all sorts of stuff, you know.
Yeah.
All sorts of stuff while you were in school.
Right.
And then then I passed my third year Jamaica local exam. And I wouldn't go back to school anymore. Then I went Georgetown, and I went to work for Silver Co. And he was a photographer. But Mama was very interested in me having an education.
Right. So when you say mama now, you're referring to your aunt that raised you? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about my real
Your
mother.
biological mother. I got you.
I never saw her till I was, I don't know how old I was. I was going to sea.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Well, I'll tell you how I saw her later on.
Yeah,
But, anyway.
You know, all these years, I never knew that you were born in the Brac. That you were Braca, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
And, but Mom, she was very interested in me getting an education.
Right.
So she went to the Presbyterian ministry. She was a member of Presbyterian Church.
Yeah.
So she went to them, and she eventually got them to take me on in Cayman High School. By that time I had went to Georgetown. I was working with Silver Co. It wasn't very long then when I got a chance to go to high school. So then my sister, who is Dita Frederick, she was raised by Mr. Mercer Bernard in Georgetown.
Okay.
So when I got a chance to go to high school now, I left from Silver and went and stayed with my sister at Mr. Mercer's house.
Okay. What year would this have been roughly? 14. I have to do the math. But so back in those days, transportation wasn't what it was today.
So, no. The only transportation we had from Northside was Mr. Kenneth and Mr. Craddock trucks. And so, anyway, I went to stay with my sister. I went to school. Then on weekends, I would come home.
Go to Northside.
On Mr. Kenneth's truck.
Okay. Yeah.
Or Mr. Craddock. Either one of them I could get on to, you know. They rode for nothing.
Yeah.
No paid no money. No, just rode for it.
Yeah.
And then I went to school, high school, and I went to high school for about 3 years, I think. And then I decided I didn't want to go to school anymore. So then I went back home Northside and then lived up there, you know, fishing, you know, doing anything I could get to do, you know, day work or anything like that.
Okay.
And then, you know, shipping was getting pretty good then. So I heard that Captain Chapman was looking for crew for a ship. And I borrowed Lindbergh Eubank's bicycle and I rode to Georgetown.
Wow.
Of course, and the road was bad, you know. Oh God. Anyway.
How long back in those days would it take you to ride a bike from
Northside, Georgetown?
Yeah.
I guess about 2 hours.
Wow.
And I went Georgetown. Jesus, when I got down there, Mr. Barparan's office was, Mr. Barparan's office was on the opposite side of the road from, you know where Barclays Bank was at one time? On the other side.
Yeah, okay.
And that's where Mr. Barparan's office was.
Okay.
Well, when I got there, I couldn't even see the office. There were people there from every place in the island looking at a job.
Oh, wow.
And I climbed up in the Neesberry tree to see the office.
Oh, my goodness.
You remember the government bank, the little government bank that was on the west side road from the post office?
I think that was before my day, but...
Oh, well, they had a little bank, little wooden, small wooden building on the west side of the bank from the post office. And the Neesberry tree was over there. I climbed up in the Neesberry tree to see the office. That was it. I couldn't get near the office. People.
Wow.
And he went for lunch. Midday, he went up to that hotel was named that Dr. Roy had up long South Sound Road.
Oh, isn't it Sunset? Is it still
No.
Sunset? No.
Anyway, he went up there for lunch, up to the hotel up there.
Okay.
And somebody told me that's where he had went for lunch.
Oh.
So I went up there and I went inside the bar and I told him I was looking for Captain Chapman, and they said that's him sitting right up there at the counter. And I went up to him and I told him I was looking for a job, but I couldn't get to the office with so many people. And he said, well, he had already chosen his crew, but he said that if anybody failed, I would be the first one that he called. And so this fellow, can't remember his name, from Georgetown, but he failed.
Okay. Now, when you say fail, what
His
does that
exam,
mean?
physical exam.
Oh, I see.
He failed the physical exam.
Okay.
And he called me.
Wow.
And I remember for me to get to the office, I had to go like this in between the other people that was there.
Oh my gosh, wow.
And I got to the office and went inside. And Mr. Bartapano looked at me and he said, who are you? I said, I'm Stanley Douglas. Oh. He said, who's your mother? I said, my mother, Edith Douglas. He said, that's the only reason I'm going to give you a job. I said, because I know your mother. My mother used to work for the Panons in Georgetown, you see. And he knew her. So
Wow.
he said, that's the only reason I can give you the job.
Oh my gosh.
I said, okay.
Imagine.
Yeah, so I was so happy.
Yeah. But that goes to show you that back in those days, how much a person's reputation and connection was connected even to people, your mother, which you barely knew, but still,
Right.
she carried a good reputation and that impacted your
Right,
future.
because she used to work for them.
Yeah.
And he said I get a job, so got a job and went and got my physical done, passed. And
What did the physical entail? What did you have to do?
doctor exam
Yes.
and take blood tests and
Yeah.
see, if you're okay, healthy.
Yeah.
Passed that and went home. Got home through that night sometime, I suppose about 8 o'clock or something. And I went down to Mr. Will Chisholm's place. Because, you see, Will Chisholm was married to Miss Ida. And Miss Ida was belonging to Charles Smith. Charles Smith was her father. And Charles Smith was married to Mama, to the woman I'm calling Mama, which was,
Yes. Okay.
you know.
Yeah.
So anyway, I went down there to tell Mr. Will, and well, to tell Gilbert, because me Gilbert was like that, you know, going to school and all like that. So I went to tell Gilbert that I had got a job. And of course, me Gilbert used to, you know, hang out. And he had a bicycle, and me and him used to ride that all about, you know. And so I went to tell Gilbert, and I told Mr. Will. But of course, you know, this was in the winter time, somewhere around December, I think it was, somewhere around the end of the year, but it was cold in the States. So I got a jacket from Mr. Will to wear because it was cold, you know, going right. I got a jacket from him. And anyway, I went away.
When you told Mama that you were leaving, what was that conversation like? When you told her that you were going to be going off, you had gotten this job.
Oh, she was happy because we didn't have nothing, you know.
Yeah. And back in those days, North Side, no electricity.
Electricity?
Yeah. None of that back in those days.
No. Anyway,
let's talk a little bit before you move on to the C days, right? I want to get a feel for what life was actually like in those days in North Side. So you had kerosene lights for nighttime?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Kerosene lamp.
Kerosene lamps, yeah.
Oh yeah. But now, when the sun was going down, you closed up all the doors, and then the little cracks in the window, you had stuffed them with cloth to keep mosquitoes from coming in.
Oh yeah.
And then you burn black flag.
What's black flag?
That was a powder that you burnt on a you got a pan, a pan like with a burn the black flag, and I kill the mosquito. But you burn that.
I've never heard of black flag.
Oh yeah. You burn that in the night when you get up in the morning. Floor was black.
Oh wow.
The mosquitoes that had got into the house before you closed the door.
And so the black fly would kill the mosquitoes.
Oh yeah.
Well, what was in it? What was in black fly?
I don't know.
Oh.
And it would kill them. And you know, in those days, there was so many mosquitoes that you couldn't go outside the door without we would break laylock leaves or a mosquito brush. You know, those days the people made a lot of things out of sisal, and they used to make mosquito brushes, and you had a mosquito brush that you go like this all the time.
Almost like a little fan.
No, it was like that length.
Okay.
But you know, strands of sisal.
Oh, okay. What's sisal?
That's made from the corto plant here.
Okay.
And you beat that, and then soak in the seed, get all the green stuff off it, then it left the threads, and then people would. My sister used to do that. Make mosquito brushes and sandals and all kinds of things used to make out of it and sell it, you know.
Okay.
But we had that to go out and eat.
Wow.
And,
So even at night you're trying to sleep, the mosquitoes would probably still be trying to bite you because probably a few got in.
few? You couldn't keep them out? By the millions?
Oh my God.
Mosquitoes? You know, I used to, Mama used to work for Fredo Watler out Peace Bay, and he had cows, and me and Selkirk Watler used to tend the cows, and we put them in the pen in the night and make up smoke from, and in the morning you got up, you go to the cow date, you know, smothered from mosquitoes.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah. But anyway.
Yeah. Tell me about what was your diet like in those days? What kind of food did you guys have to eat as children?
Diet was breadfruit,
Yeah.
cassava, yam, sweet potato,
Wow.
and fish, or conch, or lobster.
A lot of fish.
Yeah. you know. And we used to live in the yard with Sir Rankin, and he was a fisherman. So we'd get all our fishing stuff from him, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a lot of bread kind and
yeah.
fish.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. How about the beef? The beef was only then for Christmas.
Oh, beef is only Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you get a little 4 pound of beef on Christmas cooking. That would last you for a couple of weeks, you know.
Yeah. So did you get things like rice?
Rice?
That was a special. That was like a special dish then.
Sometimes you see cornmeal porridge.
That was a treat.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Anyway, I got to go away.
Yeah, you excited?
Oh yeah. And I left. Got borders, or Mr. Will gave me this jacket to put on. And then I told him, because Mama couldn't read or write.
Right.
So I told Mr. Wilde that I would send my money to him, and he would bank my money for me. You know? So I did. All my money I sent to him, and he banked it for me.
Yeah.
And then...
How much money were you making when you went to sea?
$110 a month.
Okay.
But that was wages, which you could make up to about $200 working overtime and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
And
your first voyage was where? Where did the ship take you?
Oh, we went.
So you went from here, from Cayman?
We went from here to New York.
Okay. And you left here. How did you get on a boat?
We went on Laksa airplane.
Oh, you went on the airplane?
Yeah. It was a bunch of us. Must have been about 6 or 7 of us from the outside that got to go. And Mr. Kenneth took us in his truck, took us down to the airport that morning when the plane was going.
Right.
And we went to New York.
And that was your first plane ride?
Oh, yeah.
Was that your first time to the airport even?
No, I had worked at Build the Airport.
You helped to build the airport?
Oh, yeah.
but we need to talk about this. What?
Okay, yeah. Oh. This was as I left high school. The Jamaicans came here to build the airport.
Okay.
So I went to work with them, and they had a lorry truck that used to come outside and pick us up and take us to the airport work.
Yeah.
In the night. You work in shifts.
Right.
You know, but sometimes you're on day shift, sometimes you're on night shift. To work at the quarry in spots. And they dynamited all the rocks down in spots.
Okay.
And then they gather the rocks and bring them out, and they had crushers and crush up the rocks.
Okay.
And when the rocks were crushed, and they came down into a chute, but the chute had holes in it, you know, different size holes, so they had different grades of rock. And then we would take, they would shovel the rock into a wheelbarrow, and we would run it up on a pile where they had it stored to use on the airport or sound. This is our spots, you know.
Okay. Yeah, so you were one of the wheelbarrow guys then.
One spot from the outside used to work. And we used to work shifts, you know, so sometimes shift was in the night.
Yeah.
And Ligo, I don't even know what his full name was, but Ligo was a descendant of North Side too. But he lived in Georgetown, but he used to drive a truck.
Okay.
For the airport.
Right.
And he used to come North Side and pick us up on this lorry, they called them. and take us down to work at the airport when we was on night shifts, you know. And and sometimes we would go sleep on the truck coming home now. And when they get down in the hot milk getting off sometimes, I remember one time I went to sleep, and so I didn't get off. But Lego used to stop up along the road, up by Amberta House to look for his girlfriend.
Okay.
And that's why when he stopped there, he saw that I was still,
Oh my gosh, you were still in the back of the lorry?
yeah, sleeping. He woke me up, and you know, I go home. But anyway, walked on the airport for a while.
Yeah. So you were at the quarry location in Spots, but did you actually go to the airport then with some of the rocks?
No.
No, you were just doing that part of it.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So then you're going out now to sea, so you get on the plane, you and a bunch of other people.
Yeah, but with bunch of us from the north side. Well, it must have been about 6 or 7 of us from the north side that got to go.
Yeah. What was the population back in those days of North Side? Do you remember? It must not have been very much.
No, it wasn't. Wasn't much.
But everybody knew everybody in those
Oh, yeah.
days for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I went away, and I worked on this ship, and I sent my money back home.
So you go to New York.
Yeah.
The ship, then you board in New York.
Yes, in Hoboken, New York.
Okay.
Or Hoboken, New York. We joined the ship. It went all over the world. I went Brazil. I went Norway. I went all over the world on that ship.
Wow.
And then they laid the ship out.
So you said you were sending home
A lot.
If you made $110 or $200, how much of that would you actually send home?
Well, I used to send home $100 every month to Mr. Will.
Okay.
But I used to make more than that. My wages was 110. But you work overtime. And I used to make sometimes make $200, you know. And then I'd send Mr. Will, I'd send my money to Mr. Will to put in the bank for me. And also he had a store in Northside, which is still up there now. But that's where.
So that's Chisholm's grocery store.
That's right. So I gave Mama. Mama had an account. I left an account there with him for her. So whatever she wanted, she would go and get. And when I sent him my money, he would pay himself out of that and put the rest of it in the bank for me.
Yeah. Well, you certainly trusted him.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And anyway, then I worked on that for about a year. And then I came home. And I was home for a while, and I worked down at Rum Point with Ralph Colesworth. He was the first one that had a hotel down at Rum Point.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
He had a little hotel down there, and David, he banks from the outside, two of us used to work for Ralph, and you know, I worked with him for a while.
Why did you only stay a year on the ship?
I didn't stay here even.
Oh.
No, and they sold the ship.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't stay here. And I came home, but then I worked with Mr. Will, you know. Mr. Will, he was an American citizen. And he used to work on the causeway in the States, the Florida Keys.
Okay.
He used
right.
to walk on the bridges there.
Yes.
And then I walked with him, you know. He, anytime he had work to do, he used to keep grounds,
Yes.
provision, and anytime he would walk, he would give me, he'd do anything he could do for me.
Right.
And more or less he was trying to keep me from spending my money that I had put in the bank
Yes.
with him, that he had put in the bank,
Yes.
you know.
Yes.
So I worked with him, and then eventually I went away again. And each time I went away, I kept sending him my money. And then at one time I asked him if, you know, if he think I had enough money to build a house. And he said, yeah. And he got the house built. He got Mr. Kenneth Chisholm, who was a carpenter. He got him and Alney Ebanks, who was another carpenter. He got the two of them to build this house for me.
Where did you get the land from? Where was the land?
I bought the land from him too.
Oh, okay. Wow.
And built this house for me and Mama.
So it was amazing in those days how people were helping you just so freely.
Well, you see, by Mr. Will was married Miss Ida.
Yeah.
Miss Ida was actually Miss Ida was the stepdaughter of the woman that I call Mama. She wasn't my mama, but she's the one who raised me.
Yes.
So Miss Ida was her step.
So it's like they were family then.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he really looked out for me, you know.
Yeah.
And then me and Gilbert being such good friends, you know. So he looked out for me, and he built the house for me. And then
Tell us a little bit about the house. It was 2 bedrooms, 1 bedroom. What house?
2 bedroom.
Concrete, wood.
2 bedroom.
Two bedroom house. Little wood structure or
No.
concrete?
Concrete. Oh yeah, beautiful house he built for me.
Yeah.
And then I married Lucille. And we had 2 children.
Yeah. And your wife was from there, north side, so you would have known her
Yeah.
growing up and stuff like that. Yeah.
And then from there, I married her. Then I had 2 children.
Yeah.
And then I kept going away.
So you'd go to sea for some time.
For a year.
Spend time.
You had to spend a year or they wouldn't take you back.
Oh, okay.
So you spend a year each
Minimum
time.
year. Yeah.
And then
And as you started to have a family, once you got married and had kids, it was harder, you found, to leave Cayman, to be away for so long? 'Cause
no, you're always glad to go.
you always glad to go
To get some money, you know.
Yeah.
You know, you're glad to go.
to support the family, yeah.
Yeah. And then married Lucille. Then I started to work for National Bulk Carriers. And I decided that I wanted to be something else, you know. So I
But
went.
back in those days, National Bulk Carriers, they were like the big company to
That's
work
right.
for.
They
Yeah.
were the company.
They were the company.
Yes. So then.
Yeah. And at this point, how many years would you say you were going back and forth to sea when you started with them, roughly?
When I started with them, well, 3 years. I
Yeah.
think.
Okay.
But 3 years, yeah. And I got a job with National Bulk. And I went and I started with him, and then I decided that I wanted to be something else. You know? So I went up to the chief mate and I asked him what I had to do to be like him. And he said, "You really want to be like me?" I said, "Yeah, I want to do something else." You know? So he said, "Okay." He gave me a list of books. And he said, "You go show and you buy these books and I'll teach you navigation." And so I bought these books and he taught me navigation and everything else that he could teach me. And he said, he said, "You should get off the ship now and go and sit your exam in New York." So I got off the ship and I went to New York and I sat my exam, my third officer's license, and I got it.
So let's talk about the shipping life a little bit, right? So when you first went away, what sort of work did they have you doing?
Painting.
Okay, so general maintenance.
Yeah, of the ship. I was an ordinary seaman on the deck, and you chip 'em. You had chip hammer and chip rust. Anyway, the rust was on the ship, you know, and paint that, and you keep a watch. It was 3 of us on each watch. It was 2 ABs and an ordinary seaman on watch. You know, the 2 ABs would be on the bridge and I was an ordinary seaman, so I'd be on the forecastle head, right up on the bow of the ship, and you had to be watching for traffic. And then, you know, if you saw a ship on the starboard side, you rang 1 bell, and you saw a ship on the port side, 2 bells, and so they would know that you wouldn't sleep in. That's all they had that day for. I know you wouldn't sleep in.
Yes.
And
but that was still an important job, because obviously you didn't want to run into anything, right?
yeah, and then anyway, I went to school. After he taught me navigation, he said, "You should get off the ship now and go and sit your exam." So I got off the ship in exam. In New York, and I went and sat my 3rd officer's exam. And I went home, came home, and I got the results that I had passed. And then I went back to work. I worked for somewhere still as an able-bodied seaman with National Boat. And then I worked with them as able-bodied seaman for
And then what kind of increase in salary would you see going from that post where you were now to this one after you sat the exam and had this qualification?
As an AD, I could make about the AB wages was $100 and something a month. But I could make $200 a month. But as a 3rd officer, the wages, the standard wage was $305, I think.
Right.
But you could make more than that. You know, you work some overtime.
Right.
So anyway, I got my 3rd officer's license, but I sailed for a while still as an AB. National Boat didn't give me a 3rd officer's job right away. You know?
Yeah.
Anyway, but then I was home and I got a call to come as a 3rd officer. And went to New York Gilbert was living in New York then. He was married in New York.
Which Gilbert? You keep mentioning Gilbert.
Gilbert Chisholm.
Gilbert Chisholm. Okay.
See, Mr. Will's son. I was
Oh, okay.
very close to that family, you know. But me and Gilbert
Yes.
was
Like brothers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause, anyway, I went and I was stayed with Miss Solomon. That's where all the people used to stay. But I didn't. I went to stay with her, but I didn't stay with her. I stayed with Gilbert.
Right.
And then I got. Well, they just sent for you to come up there, and then I was up there, and me and Gilbert, you know, stayed with me. Then they told me that they was gonna send me down as a third officer, and I'll never forget this. I went down there and I went on board the ship as a third officer. And I would lay down on top of the bunk, you know, the bunk on the ship. And when I woke up, I looked around and on the little light by the bulk of the ship, you know, where you turn on when you wake up, so there was a picture there of a fellow that had just got off, you know, he just got off the bunk like this.
Yeah.
And he was looking at himself in the mirror. And this stubble of beard he had on, he said, oh my God, he said, not even out of bed yet. He got to decide which slipper to put on first. You know, and I said, oh my God. That's me.
That was you?
Well, no.
Oh.
I think, you know, because this was my first job as a third officer.
Yes. Okay.
And scared as hell.
Ah.
Anyway, I made it
Yeah.
as a third officer.
So now you got to. What do third officers do? You had a lot more responsibility.
Oh yeah. Now you got you're the head. You're the chief officer does 48. Second officer does 12 to 4. The third officer does 8 to 12. So I had 8 to 12 watch. And now you got to take sights in the morning. You know, you got to take at least 2 or 3 sights for the second mate. When he come on his watch, his side watch, when the you know, the sun comes up and she goes up, and when she hit the zilla, then she drops back down. And she goes up and then she comes back down. So at that time of the day, well, you have to figure it out where you are. You have to figure out what time she's going to do that. That she drops. And so the third mate has to take at least 2 or 3 sights in the morning on his watch. And then they advance them up to this time when the sun is going to pass the zenith. And then, you know, you go up, and about 10 minutes before she will do, you go up and you watch her. You keep watching the sun as she go up. And then when she gets up to the zenith, she kind of like stops, then she drop. When she drop is when you're supposed to take the measurement to find out the latitude that you are on there.
Oh wow.
At that time, you know.
So these were the instruments that you were using in those days.
Yeah.
A lot of manual calculations.
Yes, the sextant. You know. And, you know, later on in life, when I went to work on the passenger ship, then we had satellite navigation.
Wow.
You had to do no sextant. You hear the bell go off, and you go in and look, and your position is there. All you had to do was put it on the chart.
Right.
You know. But anyway, I did that. And then I decided that I want to do it, and I started studying for my second officer's license.
So for each rank you went up, there's another exam,
Oh,
another
yeah.
license.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then I got my second officer's license. And then I sailed as a second officer. And then I got my chief officer's license.
Wow.
And then, well, I went up till I got my chief officer's license. I sailed the national boat as a chief officer. And there was a German captain on the one of the most miserable captains that national boat had sailed with, a Ringelmann. And we had an anchor off in the river there a couple of days before you get to go into the dock. Anyway, they had walkie-talkies that you use to communicate. The third mate was on the stern of the bridge, and the chief mate on the bow. And then the second mate on the stern, and the third mate in the wheelhouse, with the bells and stuff. Anyway, I told the third mate must have charged up the walkie-talkies for docking, and he didn't do it. And we went up, when we went to take up the anchor in Burnside, Louisiana, to go into the dock. But also, when you're taking up the anchor, you have 1 shekel, 2 shekels, 3 shekels, 4 shekels, And each time a shekel comes up, you ring them on the bell so that they know how much anchor in China is still down. Anyway, I kept telling Ringelmann on the walkie-talkie this, but the walkie-talkie wasn't working. And so I remember him coming out on the wing of the bridge, and he hollered to me up on the forecastle head. Anyway, I hollered and told him, I said that I'd said it on the walkie-talkie, but it couldn't be working. Anyway, I took the walkie-talkie and mashed it up on top of the forecastle head. And I ran up I left after we docked up. I left and ran up on the bridge, and I was going up there. I was going to kill that son of a bitch. But he ran and went down to his room. And anyway, I went in, and I decided after a couple of hours, I said, I gotta get off this. I told the captain, I told the agent I wanted to go to the doctor. And I went to the doctor, and I told him that I was sick. I wasn't sick. Anyway, I stayed in the hospital, and I wouldn't come out till after the ship had gone.
You took a break.
Oh yeah, I came home.
Yeah.
I was home here. For a couple of months. And I was a tailor who used to teach me navigation when I was studying for my licenses, And he came to me one day and he said, John, he said, there's a captain in West Bay, said he's looking for an officer to go work on a passenger ship. He said, why don't you go? I said, go work on a passenger ship? He said, yeah, you go work on a passenger ship.
So a passenger ship now is like a cruise ship?
Oh yeah, cruise ship.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, he said, I said, nah, I don't think I want to do that. He said, yeah, he said, try it. And I said, all right, I'll go. So I went on this passenger ship. And then I was walking on this passenger ship. Boy, that was life.
Hold on a second now. Before we get to where life changes a little bit. When you were doing the other ships, what kind of materials, what were you transporting on those ships?
Well, all the ships that I worked on, I was trying iron ore.
Iron ore.
Yeah, I never worked on none of the tankers as an officer.
Okay.
Just on iron ore.
Yeah. And how many countries would you say that you went through?
For the iron ore?
Yeah.
Let me see, we went Norway.
You mentioned Africa, Sweden.
Yeah, well, yeah, Africa, you used to get the iron ore in Africa, you get iron ore in Venezuela. And Africa, Venezuela. And
So you'd get it from those places, then take it to Europe,
take it to the States mostly.
to the States.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mostly to the States. And then when the States, they refine it, make steel out of it. And
Okay.
especially the one from Venezuela.
Yeah.
Well, most of from the up the Orinoco River, and they used to take a lot of iron ore out of Venezuela. And
What were some of the more interesting aspects of, like, do you remember, like, when you were waiting on a ship to be ready, like in New York, was there anything interesting that happened? Obviously, back in those days, the U.S. would have been different with, like, race relations and all this kind of stuff. Did you ever run into anything that kind of put you off about traveling into some of these ports, or was life... Tell us a little bit about what that was.
well,
I just heard you mention how you lost your temper with this guy. So I'm sure there were probably other times when people...
Yeah. Of course, yeah, you know, in the United States, white and black was chalk and cheese. But, you know, we had our special places we used to go. And, you know, in Marcus Hook and stuff. Used to go George's Bar and stuff like Venezuela. Well, when I was sailing as second and third officers, you had time. But when you're chief officer, you ain't got no time.
Right.
When you come in port to go shore. You got to be there on the ship to load
prepare.
and discharge her, you know.
Okay.
Because you got to be, when they taking out the cargo, in the States you got to be putting in ballast and you know, and keep the ship down a certain level, you know, and stuff like that. So you as a chief officer, you never have time to go shore.
Wow.
You know, and you know, aye.
So then you move on to passenger.
Yeah,
ship.
well, I said that, and Isaac Tatum told me that this captain from West Bay, he said he was looking for an officer to go work on a passenger ship. And I said, "Poof, not me. I don't want to do that." He said, "No, man." He said, "You know, try it." He said, "You never know, you know." So I went to West Bay and saw the captain. And he said, "Yeah." And he gave me a job. And I went with him on the how much ship was name here? Veracruz. Passenger ship. I went on her. And that was a different life.
Totally different.
Totally different. I mean, you met class people, you know? I was on there for a while. So I met Pam.
Okay.
Pam came there as a nurse, and I met her.
What year? When would this have been? This would have been.
How many years?
77.
77.
Oh, wow.
And I met her, but she didn't stay there very long, you know, because she said that wasn't her. You know, it wasn't that little to do. But you see sick tablets and all that kind of stuff. That wasn't for her, you know.
Yeah.
So she left, and she went to Corpus Christi, and to work at a hospital there. So I decided that I was going to look for her. So I left the Veracruz and went to Corpus Christi. And to look for her, you know, just to visit her.
Yeah.
But then when I was in Corpus Christi visiting her, I remembered that I had worked for Caribbean Steamship Company years before that. And so I went down to them and saw them and asked them for a job.
Okay.
And they said yes. So I got a job with them. So I just went to visit her, you know. But after I got the job with them, then I never went back to National Book. I went with
To the cruise. You never went
I
back
never
to
went back to
passenger?
the cruise ship.
Yeah.
I went on a Caribbean Steamship Company in Corpus. They had the David P. Reynolds, which was stated from Corpus Christi to Ocherias, Corpus Christi to Ocherias.
Oh, wow.
So, how many days you gone?
8.
8 days? Yeah,
Okay.
I'm back in Corpus Christi. And I could see her, you know.
So you lived in Corpus Christi for a little while then,
Uh-huh.
and then you did the 8-day voyage between Texas and Jamaica, and then you'd have time in between.
Yeah, and then Caribbean Steamship Company had it stopped. So they had an American visa for me, so that when I come off the ship, I could stay in Corpus Christi.
Right, no problems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so I stayed there. I
Yeah.
never came back home here. I stayed there, did that work on the cruise ship stuff, and then
How many years did you do that for?
the
The one in Texas. How long were you?
5
Wow.
years.
And during that time, you never came back to Cayman?
We came back. Yeah, I came back because I bought this piece of land there, built a house on up there. And then I started buying things in
Right.
Corpus Christi. You know, like fans for the house and
Right.
all that kind of stuff, you know.
Okay.
And then we decided that we were going to come here. And so I bought a pickup truck. And I put all this stuff that I had on the pickup truck. And we drove down to Florida, put a pickup truck on there, and came here
Okay.
to build a house
In Lower Valley.
in Lower Valley.
Right. So at that point, you had purchased land with the money you'd been working, you purchased land in Lower Valley and you're ready, then decided you were going to build your home there, build another home there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as life would have it, John, we need to tell this little story because it shows you how Cayman life is so small in a way and we're all interconnected. The land that you bought, do you remember the size of the land that you purchased in Lower Valley?
No, but it was 2 lots.
Yeah.
And I built in the middle of the 2.
Right.
That was a big mistake. I should have built on 1 lot.
Yeah, and had
kept
that
the
one.
other lot.
Yeah.
You know, but I built on the middle, in the middle of the 2 lots. And
But where I now live
Uh-huh.
is one of the lots I think that you used to own. Well, it's
No.
next door to it.
next door.
It's next door to it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
bought mine from Glena Cooper. And
And how much back in those days was land in Lower Valley? Do you remember? I know compared to now, I'm sure it was a deal.
you know, I don't remember.
Yeah.
Probably remember how much.
I'm thinking it's something like 30,000 comes
Oh
to
my
mind.
gosh, for
And
two
that
lots,
was-
for 2 lots,
That was a half acre.
a half acre for
It was
30,000.
a half acre, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2
oh
lots.
my gosh,
2 lots. Yeah,
that's amazing.
yeah. And
I wish we could see those deals again.
yeah, so we, but I got interrupted in between that and let me see if I can remember exactly how this went. I was, Bo Miller came to me and he said that he asked me if I wanted to go to manage condominium. So I told him okay. And I went to manage, how do I name those condominiums? Right? The first one, they
Cayman Reef.
huh? No,
Cayman.
no, the ones,
You went to school in Toronto for 2 years.
yeah, let's see, I went to manage,
These were condos were in Northside?
no, in Georgetown.
Oh, in Georgetown.
Yeah, I went to manage them and I stayed there for a while. And then I left that and I went to work with, what was that man I worked with?
Oh, the restaurant.
Yeah.
Periwinkle restaurant.
Huh?
Periwinkle.
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 Oh, okay.
Gary Shaw.
Give a shot. Yeah. And then worked there for a while. And then I had to go to the doctor. And I had a surgery. And then, well, the doctor that did my surgery was a Canadian.
Okay.
And they used to come down here and do these surgeries and go back up there. And they used to bring their own nurses and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
But then his wife found out that Pam was a nurse. So they employed her. And we left and went to Canada.
Okay.
And she went to work with them in Canada and she would come down
Right.
with them and come back up. But we stayed in Canada. But now, after we got to Canada, I decided that I was going back to school.
Wow. So what did you do with your house here?
Oh, I don't have no house here.
It wasn't built yet?
No.
Okay.
No. We had started, but I put all that on hold. We went to Canada, and I went back to school. I went back to school, and when I went down, the professor said to me, he said, "You sure you know what you're doing?"
How old would you have roughly been then?
How old
your
am
40s?
50.
50. Wow.
50.
So the same
No,
young man
I-
that ran away from school when you're 14 years old ended up going back and doing all these certifications on the boats, and then that 50 or near 50, you're going back to school again.
Yes. And when I went down there to the professor, he said to me, he said, "You see all these students," he said, "that they all 18, they just come out of high school,
Yeah.
and they going back to college." He said, "And you going with them?" I said, "Yeah, I going with them, yeah."
Yeah.
He said, "They gonna eat you." I
What were you studying?
Hospitality management.
Hospitality management. Wow.
What?
Hospitality management.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he told you they gonna spit you out, eat you and spit you out.
I said, "Me? No. They were all 18-year-old students,
Yeah.
out of high school going back to college." So I went with them. And I was the top student all the way. All the way up in what I was doing that. And she was working in Toronto, and I was going to school. And when I graduated, I was top in the class.
Wow. Okay, so then you were able to start to work on your home a little bit more to build your family home in Lower Valley.
Yeah. I started to work on that again while I was at Cayman Reef Resort.
Right.
And that, working at Cayman Reef Resort was good for me. And I started to work at the house up there and work down there. And let's see where we're now.
So in those days, getting involved in tourism, working and managing a resort as a Caymanian, it seemed like it was easier to do, I guess, than it is now. There wasn't as much competition. Like, what do you think it was back in those days?
No, but working at Cayman Reef Resort, I met a lot of good people. And I met one lady. We became very, very good friends. Family, and from the States. And I met her, and she helped me out good. And she wanted, when she went to sell her condo, she wanted me to buy it. But I didn't go for that because I didn't think I could make it. So, but she left it with me to manage, and I managed it for her till she sold it. And
So lots of different jobs in those years, lots of good experience. And I know eventually you went on to do your own little business, become your own business owner.
God. Then after I left, there I went to work for Derek Bogle,
Right.
selling insurance.
Yes.
And I didn't want to do that.
Coral Bay Village.
Yeah.
I did not want to do that, but Derek forced me to do it.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
I'm glad he did,
Uh-huh.
because from that, I moved up. And Derek was always somebody to, he push you. So I did good in the insurance business. And then after the insurance business,
You were at Coral Bay Village probably before that. You managed
oh,
Coral Bay.
yeah, I went to manage Coral Bay, village condominiums. And I did good there. And then I went to work for Derek Bogle. That's when I left Coral Bay Village. I went to work for Derek Bogle, sell insurance. And I did good there. And then I went to work for what I place his name? We were working.
You did the radiant barrier after that.
Huh?
Didn't you do the radiant barrier after that?
Yeah, but I did that with oh yeah. How did I come in with Radiant Buyer? Oh, Bo.
Bo Miller.
Bo again. Bo, there was these trucks in the United States that carried fruits down to South America. And then when they coming back, they would bring up other stuff. And they used to bring up Radiant Buyer. And Bo found out about that.
What's radiant barrier?
That is a
Insulation.
installation.
Oh, that's the installation business.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
okay.
I got into that.
Okay. That's how you got into that.
From Bo.
Uh-huh.
And I did that for a while, and I could have done very, very good into that, except for the competition that I had, which they used to put my competition used to put the Radiant Buyer into their containers, because this was light stuff, so they would fill up their container with that and never declared it. See? And I found out, and I reported it to the custom, but custom never, they never did find out nothing about it. Anyway, then Roberto heard about me, and he came and he asked me if I wanted to work with him. And I said, I thought about it, and I said, yeah, I'll go work with you.
PMI gas.
PMI gas. But he told me I could still sell my Radiant Barrier and work with him. He was very good to me.
Yeah.
So I did that for a while, but then I said, the hell with it. So I cut out the Radiant Barrier altogether, and I went to work for PMI gas. And by that time, we had. Then when I left PMI gas, I went to manage Coral Bay.
PMI gas was it.
That
was
was-
it.
that was
You were
it.
81. You were 81.
Oh yeah.
That's retirement.
Yes, that's retirement.
That's
Past retirement. But John, let's talk a little bit. We're going to start to wrap up here, but let's talk a little bit about your contributions to the Seafarers Association. So I know that's a group that you've been very, very active in.
Oh, yeah.
I think you've been president at least once or twice.
3 times.
3 times.
Uh-huh.
President of the Seafarers Association, and you've had other positions. Why do you think that organization is so important?
It's very, very important because it looks after the welfare of seamen. That, you know, we do well for seamen. You know, we got the government gives us a stipend, and and we help out people, seamen, you know, if they have go to the doctor and stuff like that. You know, the government pays for most of it. But we help them.
You have a cynical plan for the seamen and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I know you do a lot of fundraising events and
Yeah.
also activities for them to stay active.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah.
So in the final analysis, 87 years old.
Uh-huh.
I think you said you're gonna live to be 103, so we'll have to come back and visit you again. But when you
Yeah, I want to do 103 because Miss Diana from Northside,
yes.
she lived to 102.
Okay, so you want to outdo her?
I
then?
want to do her.
So as you reflect on your life, John, tell me, what are you most proud of? What's the thing that really...
My wife and my 2 children by her,
Yeah.
Son and Sabrina, they make me so proud.
Yeah. But you've got a total of how many children?
4.
4 children.
Proud
Yeah.
of them too.
And I know that they all make you proud.
Oh yeah, every one of them. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, Denver and Ethel. You know,
Yeah.
I'm proud of them too, but there's something about Sean and Sabrina that I really...
Maybe there's something about you when you had them. You were at a different stage in your life,
Yeah.
so you could appreciate them a little bit more
Exactly.
and appreciate the role of being a father.
Exactly, because Sean and I mean, Denver and Ethel, I was to see all the time.
Yeah, so you
But-
probably didn't really get to know them as well.
No, but
Yeah.
of course with Sean and
And Sabrina.
Sabrina, you know, I was there with them.
Yeah.
You know, I remember getting up in the night when Sean cried in the night. You know, Pam had a thing that she could hear.
The baby monitor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would get up and go and take him out of his crib, and then he would play on the carpet
Yeah.
till he go back to sleep. No, I mean, very
Yeah.
close to them. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for taking some time out of your day and spending with us. There was so much that I learned about you today that I didn't know, so thank you very much. And I'm sure our audience is really going to enjoy it. One of the things I always say about John when your name comes up is you are so much younger in spirit than you are in your years. So you're 87 years old, but you know, you are jovial, you laugh, and you just have a personality of someone who's probably more like 65 as opposed to 87. So you're very young at heart.
Thank you.
So of course we wish you continued good health. At 87, you know, not walking with any assistance, you still get out. Are you driving anymore? You don't drive anymore. You still drive? Oh my gosh. Still driving, still getting around.
I got the race and car business.
So you still get out and about. But thank you, John. I really appreciate it. I know I've been talking to you for a minute about this, but we finally got to do it. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
I got north side now from McKenna.
Yeah. Are you still doing a little bit of farming out north side as well?
No, I sold my farm.
You
up
sold the
East
farm.
End.
Okay.
Yeah, I sold that.
Okay.
Yeah, I sold that.
Yeah.
I sold that to McKenna's son, but he
Okay.
sold it too.
Yeah.
'Cause
But
he-
you always keep busy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Good. Very good. That must be the fountain of youth then. It's just to keep busy.
I guess so.
Yeah. All right, John, thank you very, very much. We appreciate it.
You're more than welcome.
All right, good folks. We are here today reporting live from CIFEC. They're having Heritage Day, and we're going to take a bit of a walk around and see exactly what's going on. So some young people here, we'll be speaking with them about Cayman heritage and culture. So yes, let's check this out. First up, we've got some thatch roping and some other artwork. I know we've got conch shells on display and other bits and pieces of Caymanian history. All right, so first up, we've got the beautiful Miss Donna, who actually called us today to tell us that this event was actually happening. So we really appreciate the heads up because we had no idea. Young people getting to learn a little bit about their culture and heritage. So let's go ahead and see what she's saying to these young folks. They're paying attention very, very intently to her demonstration.
Don't turn your head. You're turning your head as if you're not paying me mine, okay?
Don't cheat.
So, here we're going to go at it again.
How many days
Isn't that amazing?
And we are going to get our treat. So,
Look at that.
why I say that is
There's an art form to it, trust me.
like that. This one or all my
Yes, beautiful.
this one is number 212.
Different types of thatching and ropes. And of course, from the thatch, we made a number of different things. We're going to speak to Miss Donna here about what it was actually used to make and how incredibly useful it was for our way of life. You know, it's a bit of a, unfortunately, a dying situation. There's not a lot of people who still have this skill set and who still make them. But for those who do, we're certainly most thankful. And we hope that this is part of our heritage that our young people will continue to keep alive. Okay, honey. Hello, young folks. How are you? You're going to try your hands at it?
Trying my best.
you got to put it on the...
Yeah, you.
It's more challenging than it looks, right?
Yeah. You made it look so easy.
She made it look easy.
So, wait. Yeah, you try it.
Let's see.
Yeah, give it a little pull now. Good girl. Go to the left now.
Uh-huh. What? You getting it, though? Nice. Look at that.
Up between. Make no holes there. Good girl.
Wow. Nice job. Are you good with doing braids? Yeah, that's why you got braid and fingers, child. It's kind of like a similar skill set when you think about it. All right, so Ms. Donna is just continuing telling us about the process, really, of, you know, making anything thatch. So you have to start first by selecting it, drying it out for about a week, make sure it doesn't get wet in any way, shape, or form. And then what do you do next with it, Ms. Donna?
And then when it's dry, then we cut off the bottom here.
Yes.
And next step is to strip it into pieces like this. See, the bottom is cut off.
Yeah.
And we strip it into pieces like that. And I have a little pocket knife. This is my knife.
Yes.
And then I decide what I'm going to strip string for. If I'm going to string a little 4-string, a 5-string, 11-string, or 15-string, whatever.
Right.
Then I make my decision and I take my measurements. This is
So when you say 5-string, that's how many pieces now
5.
you're gonna actually be planning it into?
This is made from 5 strings.
Okay.
This is made from 4 strings.
Yes.
This is made from 11 strings,
Wow.
which is like
So
this hat that I have on here. I made
the
this.
smaller it is, the more strings it would
Yes,
have.
yes. Well, not
Because you cut
necessarily.
it finer.
Yeah, because we do, when we're doing the bluff baskets, I call them, we do that from a 15 string. And those strings are big strings like this.
Okay.
Because we make the work wider.
Right,
Because we're
okay.
making a big basket, so it takes a long time. So, but 11 strings is what I work with the most to make hats and baskets, little handbags. Actually, then we cut off the little bottom piece right there, and there we got our strings to like that, or to make this. This is what I made this from this type of these 11 strings.
Beautiful.
So sometimes I buy the clothes dye, and I dye the strings
You
different
can
colors.
do it different colors.
Yes, ma'am. So this is a unfinished hat that I'm trying to finish. And as you can see, I use the silver touch for trading as well. So this is everything silver touch.
Wow.
Made by my own hands. I don't do any work on the machine. Everything I do is done by hands. So this is the natural thing here, done by me. Of course, that's a little calabash basket. Calabash basket.
Very cute.
And
Wow, this is nice little design on this too.
yeah, but
Look at that.
I didn't design
You didn't do that, yeah.
No, ma'am.
Wow, and that's just the coconut, folks.
Yes, it was. But that's
Nice.
calabash.
Calabash,
Yes,
yeah.
ma'am.
Now this young lady been doing a pretty good job.
Yeah,
We
she
want to
has.
speak with her. Just hold on now, young lady.
Come on, look at the camera.
Come on in.
Hold
come
it
on
up,
in.
hold it up,
Just
hold it
grab
up.
the little microphone there so I can make sure I hear you. So, what's your name, young lady?
Alexandra.
Alexandra.
Yes, ma'am.
How are you?
I'm good, and you?
Good. So you look like you have a little bit of a knack for this, actually. Did you know that you had some plaiting skills?
No, ma'am.
But you did a really good job. Look at that, folks. That is very, very good. So did you enjoy doing that today?
Yes, I did.
Have you ever tried it before?
When I was smaller,
When you were smaller, you used to do it a little bit?
used to do it with my grandmother.
With your grandmother. You see? That's good. And what district are you from, young
West
lady?
Bay.
You're from West Bay. Them West Bayers know a thing or two.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Very good. Well, thank you, young lady. We appreciate it.
You're welcome.
There you go. There you go.
All right. So Miss Donna again is here at CIFEC today with her plaiting, and we're going to get to some of the other display tables. But this is absolutely beautiful. So we're going to give Dale there an opportunity to work with some younger folks, and then we'll move on to him here in just a second. Okay, so we're moving on to another booth. The beautiful Miss Zita May is here. Now tell us a little bit about what we're looking at for your booth and your display.
Okay, well, we have photos here, and it's way back. If you remember Cayman, way back. Where does this look?
Is that Mr. Arthur's shop?
Look.
Yeah? Wow, now this is a long time ago. I mean, it looks familiar, but so much has changed as well,
Yes.
you know? But absolutely beautiful. So you've got some old time photos of Georgetown Central and some other areas on West Bay Road. Cayman life of yesteryear, folks. This little one is this entire display. Remember when? So what is this one with the white sand? People who might not be familiar
Okay.
with that.
Well, this is a Cayman sand yard, and during the Christmas time, we used to go to the beach and bag sand in a thatch basket, put it on our heads, and we would take it home and make little piles of sand in the yard.
Wow.
And then on Christmas Eve, we would spread the sand and then sweep it with a rosemary broom. And then you had a beautiful sand yard. Then it, kind of like came on snow.
Yes,
So-
yes, beautiful. And the rosemary brooms are actually made from rosemary?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. And what about this one over
And
here?
this one is in a celebration of our seafaring heritage.
Yes.
Over last year it was in
Seafarers,
Cayman.
yes.
We celebrated the seafarers, so I sort of just did. This is my dad here, and he's teaching a little tourist boy how to sail in the sailboat, and he's actually riding the weather boat. So you see when the boat turns, see?
Okay, wow.
Yeah, so
Beautiful. And of course, you know, we're known for our
yeah,
seafaring
that's
heritage.
cat boats, and that was a race just a couple of months ago.
Oh, wow. So people are still racing cat boats?
Yes.
Oh, beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous.
And so we have women in, also within the seafaring, we have women that travel overseas and sail boats, bringing the Cayman culture and heritage still together. This is my Uncle Gleason's boat.
Now let's have a look at your outfit while we're at it, because this is beautiful traditional Caymanian outfit. So tell us a little bit about this.
All the ladies back when used to dress like this, you know, everything, you covered your arms and you wore your dresses long. And it always, this was one of the trademarks where you always had a nice collar.
Yes,
and then,
beautiful.
you know, like if it was
Yeah.
too sunny or anything, you could use it, you know.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes,
And then the
absolutely
thatch
gorgeous.
hat and the thatch bag to accompany it used to be the thing of the day.
Yes.
This
beautiful.
here, over the years, we've started to use the plaid and thing. And instead of using our Cayman flag, they're now using beach towels and stuff to have them. So I just decided to bring the beach towel version because I knew other people would have.
Where can we find a beach towel version? That's beautiful.
Yeah, that came from a little souvenir store right in town, right by Royal Bank of Canada.
Okay.
Yeah,
Gotta check that out.
yeah.
All right.
So they have that. And then this picture is in the shape of a boat, and it has keychains. And then it says, our Caymanian seamen traveled the world. They were the ones who highlighted Cayman and put the Cayman Islands on the map. So they traveled all over the world. So using the keychains, we're kind of highlighting traveling around the world.
Right.
And our financial industry started with our seamen because they sent home their allotments.
Of
And
course.
so, of course, as it
Yes.
grew, then what happened? We
Yep.
had to have a bank.
Right. Absolutely. Amazing.
Okay.
Never really thought of that, but that's very true.
Yes.
Absolutely gorgeous.
And this here is like almost 90 years old.
Wow.
It is, but I wouldn't try to clean it up
Yes.
because this is given its true age.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So this was like a little set, a jug and water.
And a plate,
and the plate, yeah.
you got the cup. And then this is like a fire pan, smoke pan. We used to use these to, in the night, light it and walk and swing it so the smoke would keep the mosquitoes away, that we wouldn't die of mosquitoes. When we were moving from our house, go over to grandma's or going to church, we carried a fire pan or a smoke pan.
Beautiful.
And of course, we didn't have electricity, so we used a lantern. And then these are some thatch baskets, thatch. You want to feel something?
Wow. That moves a lot of breeze.
Yes.
Wow.
It's a Cayman thatch fan.
That feels very good. That's better than the new Fandango paper ones that they're making.
Oh yeah, yeah. Can't compare. Can't
Yeah,
compare.
and then we have the traditional wash pan and board,
Yes.
as you can see
So-
here, folks. And that's how you would scrub. What would they use for soap?
Blue soap.
The blue soap.
Yeah. See, I had one right here.
Yeah. And you would manual labor washing.
Yes. But it used to do the job.
Oh yeah.
Maybe in some countries it still does that today, but we've progressed to the washing machine.
Yes.
The electric washing machine.
Right. Yeah. That's how it was done, folks. That's how you got your clothes nice and clean.
Clean, that's
Back
right.
in the day. Well, this is so beautiful. Thank you for showing us your booth, and we're going to walk around to some other ones. And we know, why is Cayman history so important to you? Why do you're always supporting it at the forefront? Why do you think it's so important?
Because it gives a part of our history. If we don't know where we came from, we don't know where we're going. And we can't compare, like the washboard to now the electric washer.
Yeah.
So we need to keep our culture alive. We need to teach our children. I'm so glad to see that it isn't only the students from CIFEC, but there's other students here. I see the Joanna Clark Primary School here.
Yes.
And it is so important that we teach our children where Cayman came from. If not, they will forget it. Or if you don't teach them, they won't know it. And then therefore, the Cayman history and culture and heritage will disappear.
Yes, absolutely.
Because with the influence of other cultures coming in, Cayman is just getting lost. We're not pushing it to the forefront that people should get to know our culture. We're accepting all the other cultures here, which is good. We are Cayman kind, and it is wonderful to have people and for them to bring their cultures. But we can't forget ours.
Yes.
And we need to make sure that our children grow up knowing where Cayman came from.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
This is D. Lee Banks out here at the John Gray High School Heritage Day.
Yeah.
We're having a blast. There's a bunch of children around. They're just having fun.
CIFEC. You're at CIFEC.
Having fun.
Yes. All
So
right. Tell us
I'm out here
about-
just doing a couple of things with the gigs, showing the kids how to work with the gigs, spinning the gigs and so on like that. They were just asking me about this one. I tell them it's not finished yet. I can finish it right here in front of them.
Wow.
I just want to show them how these things work.
So
And
where do you get the wood from, Dale, for
people
these?
people call me with wood all the time now, and I collect wood from after hurricanes.
Yes.
Here's a good example.
What makes the best wood?
The best wood, or traditional wood, is guava wood.
Wow.
But I also love mahogany because they're so pretty.
Oh my gosh,
The
look at
colors
that.
of the mahogany wood is so pretty.
Yes.
This one is numbered 2012 Cayman Mahogany Gig, 3,354 days after Ivan. And I sign each piece. Now if you all want this, it's $300.
Beautiful.
And I got, this is another cool
Oh
gig.
my gosh, look at this.
This
That's
one here
huge.
is a gig inside a gig. It's made from pop nut. And this one is hard to read it, but it says who your papa is. Because we know the mama. The mama still have her in the belly. The gig hasn't come out yet.
Okay.
This gig can actually spin inside there.
Oh, really?
I don't want to embarrass myself by trying it right now, but when I'm by myself, I do all kinds of fancy things. Right?
Okay.
I was showing them about the gigs, and then we also have different things like this. Part of thatch rope making machine. This is the
What's it called?
we just call this the winch. These are the cob. These are cobs made from mahogany wood. And these are the ropes that would come off with all the work afterward. Right? Here's what hey, I get excited when it comes to my conch shell blowing. These are our conch shells.
Now, is there a certain art to picking the right conch shell for this?
Yes.
Yes.
You try to get one with a good bell on it to get the kind of sound you want. This
Yeah.
one has a beautiful sound. This is an old crusted guy.
Yeah.
Rough on the outside, pretty on the inside,
And
like most
inside.
Caymanians.
Yes.
Here's something I've been practicing. Manza boat in the sound, boy. Okay? That's it. That's all I can do for the Manza boat and the sound. Thank you, Sandra, for coming over. Thank you for all you do.
Absolutely gorgeous.
I have some that was made during COVID.
Wow.
My COVID lockdown series, and these are the little buttons that go on the gig things.
Okay.
Yeah.
These are so beautiful. So can these little conch shells make sound too? The little baby ones?
This little one is a good milk shell.
Okay.
work pretty good. Here's my favorite loud one.
Oh, that's a big one.
Mr. Jello Ranking, one of our traditional icons. He gave me this for a few bucks. Way cheaper than I would sell it for. That's
That is
it.
beautiful.
That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you,
What
thank
a
you,
gorgeous
Sandra.
thing. Look at these, folks.
And this is a
I
rolling
mean,
conch.
What is it? A rolling conch?
A rolling conch.
Oh, wow.
You see, because in the storm,
Yeah.
they don't have a good broad leaf to keep them from,
Yes.
and they roll up on the beach, and we can find them on the beach after
Oh
a
my
storm.
gosh.
Don't you all go out there looking for them, because I catch you.
So,
Yeah.
boy, they come in different shapes and
Different
sizes.
This is a milk
They're
conch.
absolutely
This
beautiful.
is a East End broadleaf conch. This is a rolling conch, and this is a real rare conch shell here. This is an albino.
Albino.
You see how it's white?
Yes.
And like that. And you might find one in 100,000, just like you find one in 100,000 pearls in a conch.
Yeah.
You would find about one in 100,000 albino conchs.
Wow.
I got about 5 of them.
And can we get you to demonstrate
A little bit about my gigs?
Yes.
Okay, let me just find me a line and do a thing. This is one of my favorite show gigs as far as demonstrations.
Okay.
I hope I don't get all embarrassed here today
That's
trying
okay.
this.
You're amongst friends, so it's all right.
Let me get a better line. I know there's a better line out here for my gig. Each gig's supposed to get the best line. Yeah, this feels like a better line.
Okay. So the line makes the difference too?
Yes, the line makes a difference. You get, if you got big lines for big gigs, so a good length of line is about 3 foot.
Okay.
That way you can control your gig. Almost.
Almost.
One more time. That's the embarrassing part.
There we go.
Okay, hold your hand.
Look at that. Wow.
Hold your
That
hand
is
there.
Truly amazing.
Big kids, not a big kid. All right.
Absolutely beautiful. Thank you, Mr. Dale.
Thank you. Love y'all. Y'all have a good, blessed Christmas.
All right, folks, we've got some young men here who are part of the ILM program. We're at CIFEC. They're going to be talking to us about this culture and heritage program. So, young man, introduce yourself first.
My name is Zion Raphael.
What's the first name?
Zion Raphael.
Zion Lawrence. Okay, good. All right.
My name is Robbie Rivers.
Robbie Rivers, I like your hat.
Thank you.
Very nice, young man.
My name is Arion Anglin.
Arion Anglin, good. From West Bay?
Yes, ma'am.
Hailing the West. Okay, very good, beautiful. And young man?
My name is Corey McLean.
Okay, so tell us a little bit, guys, about the Heritage Day project, and why do you think Cayman Heritage is so important?
It's good to know our heritage.
I'm gonna you kind of speaking a little bit soft, so I can give this. Just hold that up right there. Yeah, I can give that directly to you.
Should I pin it up or?
Yeah, man, just hold it up. It's fine.
It's good to know our heritage because mainly our kids in this modern generation don't really know much about our heritage.
Yes.
We just live life in a kind of isolated kind of time.
Yeah.
So a lot of us don't know anything about thatch making and all that
Right.
these days. You know, it's mostly about our phones. We don't know anything about the handcrafts games and all that.
Yeah.
So it's very important to learn about our heritage, to know where
Beautiful.
we come from, and know about our culture.
Yep, absolutely. All right, young man, tell us a little bit about what's your favorite part of being a Caymanian? Like for you, what do you think it is? Is it like the food, family?
Definitely the
Definitely the food?
Yeah. They have some very, very nice food for Cayman, and I think my favorite one would probably be the turtle.
You love turtle?
Turtle, yes ma'am.
Yeah.
With some conch, some
Beautiful.
stuff, yeah.
All right, so let's move on. Tell me a little bit of how your family keeps Cayman heritage alive.
Well,
Like, what do you guys do that you think, yeah, this is really Caymanian? Like, do you go camping for Easter?
well, every year we have like our family celebration, all of us coming together.
Yeah.
We stew turtle came on
Right.
before a lot. We keep it pure.
Yeah, you keep it real,
Yeah,
get
yeah,
together
yeah.
as a family, enjoy
ma'am.
some good food and stuff like that.
Yes, ma'am.
And how proud are you today of this display? This looks really nice.
It's very nice. All of us have set up here. We had done a very well job
Yeah.
as a team. Yeah, we did good.
Yeah, wonderful.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and not to be left out, over on this side. Hello, hello, hello. All right, so this is a fantastic event today.
Yes, ma'am.
Christmas is right around the corner. Does your family or you do anything that's kind of like specific to being a Caymanian at Christmas time?
Yes, ma'am. Just
Yeah.
like the food. It's like cooking Cayman style beef, turtle,
Right.
stuff like that.
Yes.
I love them. Really
Nice.
good. Yes, ma'am.
So somebody in your house goes and get the fresh beef.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
who's responsible for cooking the beef?
My mom.
Your mom.
She cooks all of it. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, awesome. Good stuff. All right, well, this is a wonderful display again. Thank you very much, gentlemen. You guys did a fantastic job.
Yes, ma'am.
And I really appreciate it and keep up the good work.
Thank you.
All right. So we've got a whole display over here of thatch items. Somebody wants to give me a little tour? Yeah, all right.
Wait, sir. Wait, Abraham, do some time. Sorry.
All right, you give me a little, just walk me through what it is we're looking at.
Are all from Miss Virginia Foster. She
Yes.
donated these for the 2 days that we're doing the event.
Beautiful.
It starts off with thatch baskets, and then during the end she gives some thatch rope that we can finish on our own.
Okay. So you have thatch basket, you've got what used to be like the traditional brooms and stuff that
And
people would use.
Everything is from each of the sister islands. So
Yes.
Grand Cayman, Little Cayman, and Cayman Brac. We also actually have some placemats from Cayman Brac.
Oh, beautiful. Now, when you look at all of these items on display, you know, as a young man who probably doesn't see a whole lot of this anymore, are you surprised at how much stuff they made from like one single thing?
Yes.
Like thatch was very resourceful, right? I mean, everything from brooms to decorative things that
And
you
the
could keep.
creativity as well.
The creativity, definitely. I mean, look at these little turtles. These are so cool.
Yeah, fridge magnets.
Oh, these are fridge magnets. Oh, nice. Look at that. Beautiful. Yeah, the decoration is really, really
And the
nice.
Cayman fans.
The Cayman fans as well. Check that out, folks. And they seem to work pretty good. I must tell you, I was just trying one on the other side, and they're absolutely beautiful. So this is really, really gorgeous. And then the colors and stuff too, right?
Of course.
I mean, they got super creative with it.
And the insides for
Some of them are lined nicely inside as well. So this is fantastic. I think you guys are going to get a really good mark on your grades for this. Oh, this one's really pretty too. Look at that. Gorgeous. And then this is just somebody starting a project here. Absolutely gorgeous. Well, young man, thank you so much for this little tour, and it's absolutely gorgeous. This is what some of our young folks are doing here at CIFEC over the next couple days. Thank you. And of course, folks, there's nothing more Caymanian than playing a good little game of dominoes still. And as we can see, some of your young people really getting into it. Let's see if we can have a chat with some of them here at the dominoes table. Hello, fellas. How are you guys doing? Anybody winning yet? Who winning? This one winning? You winning?
No.
What? You giving them a 6 longer one?
No.
Not yet? Oh my gosh. All right, tell me something. What you got to tell me the secret. What is the secret to winning at dominoes?
I don't know, miss. I just play, man.
You see, he's shy boy. He don't want to tell us.
Nah, I just play.
You just play? But you're doing more than matching though. This game requires some real skill. So yeah, check it out, boy. Looking good. He got one card to win. Nope, he passed. Coming up. Yeah. Aye. Here we go. Whoa, this one looking out. What? You locked the game on?
Miss. Get it close.
So you got count?
Make sure they know who.
All right, count. Who gonna win it?
Yes, nice.
He blocked the game. All right, he counts 6. That too high. Oh, nice. Congratulations. Nice. All right, we're gonna move on to another table. I see you. All right, let's see what's going on. What happened to that fellow over here? Guess what? Nobody. How y'all just get up to the How y'all just get up from the? All right, I got play. Don't pass me. Hold on. Let's see what's going on. Who's winning? Who winning?
We are about to keep switching up.
Man, y'all not serious with this. All right, whose turn is it? Let me see. Let me see what I got here, folks. I'm not the best, but I gotta try a little something now. Let me see. Gotta see what I got in my hand. What do we got? 3 and blank on that side over there. All right. Let's see what we can do here, folks. I feel like this one over here kind of played good, Yeah, he look like he's been playing a lot. Let's see. I gotta show. Oh, that's supposed to be a horn? I gotta show y'all my hand, and y'all can tell me. Boy, I don't know. This might be kind of rough still. Sometimes you just gotta work with the hand that you get, right? All right, this young man is thinking hard over on this side. I feel like he got a couple moves. Yeah, boy, he's trying to figure it out. Doing some serious reading here. Yes. All right, you're gonna make a move. Okay. We got 4 and 5 over this. So guess what? Rough. Okay, things getting kind of heated now, boy. How many cards you got over there? How many pieces? 2. He got 2 to win. Ah, boy, I don't know. Look at this. It's looking kind of rough. We got S on that side. Oh, but hold on. I think I might still have a little chance here. I don't know. Yeah, he just played. You pass?
No. It was.
What, we going this way? Oh, it might. Hey, your turn. You got to pay attention. She passed anyway. Oh, man. So got S and what? All right, so what y'all think would be the right move here now? This one kind of ticklish still. But I tell you what, let me do some little calculations here now. All right, I'm gonna do this. Man, he found a little piece over there, so. Yes. Okay. What? No, man. Yeah, he knocked that time though. Oh, what? No, man, y'all. Yo. You won? No.
Omar, you pass.
What? He won! Congratulations! That was a good move, still. That was a good move. Good game, fellas. Good game. Yes, nice. Beautiful. Young man, you sit back down now and stop running. He's scared of my roll. Oh boy. It's called War?
It's called War.
I don't know this card game. How does it work? Tell us how it works.
So we all put a card out.
Yeah.
And then whoever has the biggest out of all those cards has to take them. But if 2 people have the same card, then you have to put out 3. And then you war.
Ah, okay. Very cool. So who's winning?
Me.
You're winning?
But she keeps cheating.
You're
They're cheating.
So yeah, you can't cheat. You gotta play right. Yes. Awesome. Good. Hello, fellas. What's up? Say hello to everybody.
Hello, miss. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hello. Is everybody doing good? Welcome.
Yeah, man. Everybody. Yo, this can be on Bobo in the morning. So
yes,
everybody can know.
Welcome to the CM Marcha. I am one of the biggest fans, miss. Well, and then,
hold this up and then
Yes,
tell me your
ma'am.
name. Tell me your name.
my name is Shaquan Jackson.
Yes,
I live in Frankstown with the Browns family.
Yes. You
Just
guys
want
are interviewing, so gotta look at the camera now.
I just want to represent my family by being here today.
Okay,
Just
nice.
looking around and we have good fun entertainment.
What do you think about the whole Cayman culture display today?
Well, but the whole Cayman culture is good because some young people they don't young people they don't really care about like the Cayman culture, even though it's been passed on to them for like generations and a miss.
Yeah.
So
It's important to learn
that's
more
why
and more about it. What's your favorite part of Cayman culture?
Oh, my favorite is like the silver touch palm smiths.
Okay.
Because silver touch palm one of the hardest rope to break. But they used to be using that on boats like long time ago.
Yeah.
And all those. So that's
Sweet.
one.
All right. What's your name, please?
My name's Daniel White.
Okay. Tell me, what is your favorite part about Cayman culture?
My favorite part about Cayman culture is when they make the stuff out of silver starch and the food and the Cayman style
food,
beef.
right?
Yeah.
The food is definitely the best. So what is your favorite Caymanian dish?
My favorite Caymanian dish, it's Cayman style beef.
Cayman style beef. So you're getting ready now for Christmas because there's going to be a lot to that
Yes,
for Christmas.
ma'am.
Awesome. Young man behind you, come here. Come here. Where are you hiding from?
Come do an interview.
Come on, young man.
Come do an interview. Yeah.
Oh, now he's pretending to be shy. All right, tell me, what's your favorite Caymanian food? What do you like?
Nothing.
Like beef, conch,
No.
turtle,
No.
pork,
No.
rice and beans.
No, I don't like nothing.
So what do you eat?
Food. I just.
You like any of the heavy cakes or anything like that? No?
You like cassava cake?
You don't eat cassava cake? You don't eat yam cake? Nothing? You
No,
sure,
like
you're
that.
Caymanian?
Yeah, but I just know. I just not eaten none of that before, so I don't know.
Okay, well,
no, I eat cassava cake. That tastes good. Cassava cake tastes good. That's
all
the only
right.
thing.
So tell us about today's event. Did you enjoy it? You're having a good time?
I'll be honest. It's not even that all that. This whack, it's not. It's okay, but I thought it would be better. I thought we would have like.
What were you expecting exactly?
I was expecting more like food.
You wanted food?
Yeah, I want to try
maybe
food.
tomorrow gonna be the food. I mean, I don't know. It's a 2-day thing, right?
So
there might be food. Is it 2 days?
No, ma'am. I think it's a 1 day.
Oh, somebody told me it was 2 days. But
It
they
is
might
two.
bring
It is
some-
two. It is two.
Yeah, they might bring some food still.
I thought
hang
I thought there was
in
food.
there.
I wanted to try some of the food.
Yeah, try something.
That what I
All
wanted.
right. Okay. Some food samples and stuff. All right, guys. Thanks very much. So we've got some clothing here that was donated from Off the Peg, and I mean the price is amazing. 3 pieces for $5? Oh my gosh, this is a really, really good deal.
Good brand.
Yes,
material.
absolutely. I love that skirt right there. Some really nice pieces here. Young people trying on a few of the party dresses. Absolutely gorgeous. Very nice. Beautiful. Very nice. $3, 3 pieces for $5. Can't beat this, boy. This is a good deal.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of The Cold Hard Truth on Bobo 89.1 FM. Cayman's #1 talk show is live weekdays from 7:30 a.m. Never miss an episode again. Watch anytime on CMR's Facebook and YouTube channels for the latest show episodes. Don't forget to follow us online on our social media channels. And visit CaymanMarlRoad.com for all the latest news and community happenings.